everybody, it's our first episode for the 3.2 Carrera Refresh. So our first step's going to be to fix that broken anti-sway bar mount on the left-hand side. Remember I showed you some pictures of how it snapped off? Well, we had the other one done at a shop local here, and that's where we're going this morning. I don't have a welder, so I can't really weld on the new piece, so I'm going to take you down to the shop and take you guys along. I think it's going to be great fun. So one thing you notice about this car and the transmission is that it's kind of loud, actually. It's not quiet in any way. Very mechanical sounding. And a little crunchy and a little weird when it's cold. And with these cars, you really do want to let them warm up a bit. So we want to make sure that our temperature comes up before we roll up past, I don't know, 3,500, 4,000 RPM, something like that. You don't want to get much higher than that. So the general state of this car is actually really good. I have been driving the car quite a bit, actually. So it drives well. It starts, as you saw, it just starts right up, always does. And it's been like a week and a half or so since the last time I drove the car. I love that about it. It's just these cars are so bulletproof, reliable, easy to work on. They're just a really good car. Just I would think that some people might not find them completely comfortable though. I mean, if you're looking for a very plush ride, that isn't this car at all. This was built back when Porsche was building sort of these enthusiast cars. And they were designed to be pretty well thrashed, you know, taken to the track and really hammered and just driven really hard, I think. So they're not super soft, they're not fluffy. When you get inside the 993 and drive that, that's a completely different experience because it was built a little more to be an easier car to drive. It has power steering. It just the transmission's easier to deal with. It's got a hydraulic clutch on it. So it's a lot easier to drive than this car. But this one's going to be a little bit more visceral and a little more just crazy. But it also reacts really fast too because of that. So you just have to kind of determine what you want in a car. Our weather today is a little weird. It's funny. We're almost in June, and it snowed a couple days ago. You'll probably see some on the houses and stuff, on the roofs and stuff. It's all over the place. It's kind of weird. And last night we got down well below freezing, and it's just been kind of a crazy spring here in Colorado. It's been very cold. So that means a little extra time getting the car warmed up. One of the things about an air-cooled car is that the cooling system on it is just off of that big fan in the back, and that's just literally belted to the engine. So you don't have a lot of control over it. A little 356 out there. How cute is that, huh? I'm at the shop. We're going to go inside and get the car taken around back and start the work.
As I'm sure you know.
Yeah, that is totally it. So it's
totally broken.
And it ripped itself right out. So you can see the other side over here. It looks fine. And this is the one that Dave did last time. And it's holding steady, even though the one on this side, not so much.
One each new console.
Oh yeah, look at that. This is Dave Marshall, the owner of Eurosports Automotive. I'm going to let him tell us a little bit about the part that's going to get replaced. Yeah, look at that. So that's much stronger and
improved.
right. You wouldn't want to try and weld and repair the old one. I think it would just rip right out.
I don't
There's nothing left.
There's anything left of it because it tears itself out.
Yeah, it really does.
Right there. So we also got a new U bracket as well.
Oh, great.
And so it's a matter of take a die grinder, trim this off, clean all the undercoating off, quick buff the paint off of here, and then tack this one back.
Okay. All right. Okay. And here's the result. These parts are the original equipment parts, so you just pretty much have to grind out the old one, no way around that, weld in the new one, and then when you're done, you do have to spray it down a little bit, or I assume it would start to rust. Now on the other side over here, so I thought this side was going to be just fine, and it turned out that they had to replace this piece as well. So what happened, I suppose, was that the other side had broken. That meant that this side, even though it had been repaired, was now taking too much of the load, and it was beginning to fail as well. And the shop was great. Since they had done the one on the right a few years ago, they only charged us for the one on the left, the part and the labor, but then just the part on the right. So that was really nice. With the car up on the lift, it's always a good idea to just sort of poke your head around underneath there a bit. Take a look at pretty much everything you can look at. Look at rubber booties, look at wiring, look at any hoses, any damage under the car, look for rust. Look for anything you can find under there. It's a great opportunity to get a worm's eye view of everything under your car. All right, well, we are all done. Car's all fixed. Turned out that kind of a bummer that the other one, the one they had repaired before, broke as well. It was starting to crack on some supports in there, so they had to pull that one out and go ahead and replace that one as well. So both of them have been fixed, and I think now it's kind of an issue of really our lip on our driveway is kind of a mess, so we'll have to get to that, I think. Okay, well, it's all set. Everything's all fixed. This is sort of the first step in getting everything done on the car. There's a few things I want to get done while the car is still rolling. So once we take it all apart, take the engine out of it and things, we won't be able to do stuff at service shops and things. Anyway, that was the point of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you got any questions or comments, go ahead and just leave them down below and I'll get right to them. Oh, it's always a special thank you to our Patreon supporters as well. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time, safe travels. Bye.